Hey, Matt here for M3 Mind Move Manifests, and I want to ask you a question today. It's a very simple question. Are you running away from something that you don't want, or are you running toward something that you do want? And it's a legitimate question because we're all running. We're all running our life on a day-to-day basis. And it's a question that feels like, it needs a lot of contemplation to answer, and it doesn't. There's a simple way to figure it out. And the real way to find the answer is to say, do I have a goal? And if you don't have a goal, chances are really good that all you're doing on a day to day basis is running from what you don't want. And that's struggle. That's something that you're just constantly trying to keep out of the way of the bad things that are happening in your life. And yet we're feeling those bad things because our attention is on it. So they continue to grow and we continue to run away from it every day. And really, that's just no way to live. There's not much happiness, not much joy, not much peace in that way of living. And all we have to do is switch it. And we go, okay, well, what do I want? And we've got to learn how to answer that question. We can't just say, I want to be happy. I want to be happier. I know that that's what we feel, and that's what we're all seeking in our life, but that's not specific enough for your subconscious to say, okay, then we're going to go for that. That is like getting in your car and saying, we have no real destination. We're just going to go west. And when you go west, what happens is you can actually go further west, correct? So you get it. That's the way that it works. You're not going to get there. You're already going to be going there. West. Happy, say, I want to be happier is when you feel like you pet your dog or you watch a movie and you laugh just for a little bit or somebody tells you a joke, subconscious says, I'm happier, and it's done. It doesn't really do anything for you in your life that you're going to recognize. So what we need is specificity. We need to define out what it is that we want, and there's a way to do it. It's important. We don't go after things that we say, oh, well, I'm going to go after it because I know I can get it. There's no growth associated with that. And goals are not for us to actually get the thing. This is what I teach in Mind Move Manifest and what I teach in our mastermind, which is Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. I show you exactly how and why we set the goals the way that we do. We need goals that are specific so that we know what they are when they're showing up in our life, and there's a way to set that goal so that we actually tap into an energy that fuels us as we go. Because our energy is not about the food stuff that we're eating so much as it's about the emotion that we hold toward what it is that we're doing. And an example of that is working a 8 to 5 job someplace that you don't want and you just can't stand doing the job that you do, and that's negative energy and you don't feel good. And it might be a desk job, it might be a working job too, but in a desk job, let's just imagine that, and you hate every minute of it, you're actually not tapping into energy that's going to get you there because you're living in lower energy. You're not liking it. It might be anger, fear, doubt, worry, whatever that you don't like about that job. And at the end of the day, from a job like that, you feel completely wiped out, even if you haven't done anything physically. As we would say when we ingest our food stuff and we do stuff and energy that way, why do you feel wiped out? It's because you're working with lower energy. You're working with something that you don't really love. And what we learn to do when we set our goals in Mind Move Manifest in the mastermind is that we learn to find what it is that we're absolutely in love with. I never tire of saying this, that when you have fallen in love or seen somebody fall in love, whether it's seeing your child for the first time or it's a first love in your life, you realize what that energy is. You would do anything for that. And you don't complain about it. You just do it because you're tapping into the energy of love. And that's what we need to do to tap into the energy to get what it is that you want. And in order to do that, we give ourselves permission and we go through a process where we find exactly what that thing is that you love. So I'm here to share that with you. Tonight is Tuesday. It's Tuesday night mastermind, M3 Mind Move Manifest with me. And I walk you through that process, and I'm sharing that with you today because tonight is the night that we start over with Module 1, and we actually go through the process I walk through the process with you and our group, our wonderful family at M3, where we learn to set those goals and setting the right goal for each and every one of us. If that resonates with you, I'm putting the link below. I want you to grab that and join. And I want you to know that if you miss this opportunity, if you're seeing this video like a week later or whatever, it doesn't matter, because I've got 12 modules that I go through, and I'm still always going back and telling you about how you can set that goal, and you can plug in at any point and you can start to pursue that goal at any setting in the modules in the mastermind that we do. So if it resonates with you, I want you to be there. I want to share this information with you. This information changes your life, and when you change your life for the better, you become that example that changes the world. And if you know anybody that is looking for this in their life, and they're looking to make a big change, or maybe they're stuck and they're having a hard time, it's about making that shift from running from something that you don't want and being able to say, no, how do I run towards something that I want? And that's by setting that goal. So Matt here from Mind Move Manifest. Click the link below, join our group. We're happy to have you, and let's get going, living the life that you really, really want.